Hey, Jason. Good to see you. Thanks for coming. Just going to share the channel with everybody, so give me a second. Hey, everybody. We're just about to get things started off in the right direction, but we're just getting to know you. No, we're about to share the links. So you have to bear with me for a few minutes longer. All right, let me see if I can do this. Home on the range. What are we sharing? Hold on, Jason. I know we're just getting things just cooking. Let's go back. Oh, I'm on full screen. Yeah, hold on 2 seconds. It didn't click over for me. There we go. Okay, so there's Bitcoin at 103. Hold on. We're gonna get you caught up here in a second. Ooh, that's nasty. Ooh, there we go. Yes, Jason. Hello to you too. And yes, we are going to release the Kraken very soon. I just don't know when, but it's going to be epic, as everybody knows. But we're gonna dance you on in here. Bear with me for a few more minutes. Hey, the music stopped. The music stopped. We got to get some more music going on. Without further ado, we'll get right into today's session. Thanks for bearing with me for this brief moment of time.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
Hey, everybody! Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, and good night from wherever you are in the world. And thank you for tuning in to another edition of the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 Raffle. Woo! We're going to kick things off on a real good note. There's a lot of information going on, but I'm not sure exactly how much information is actually accurate. That's for you to determine. But we're going to try and keep it on the up and up. So don't forget to hit your like, subscribe to the channel. Everybody's favorite part, right? Subscribe. This channel is actually devoted to the SHIB Worldwide 50/50 community, right? Yeah. Big shout out to Babe's channel. Big shout out to Jason. Thanks for coming. Big shout out to Jason M. Big shout out to Ethan M. Big shout out to Prince. Yeah, he's not on right now, but he was on yesterday talking about something. Jason, what did you hear about the Kraken? There's some big news on the Kraken, but I think it's with Cardano. That's what I heard today. It's a rumor. Like I said, it's 25% accurate, and God knows how much percent is inaccurate. But that's where we don't like talking about stuff we don't know much about what's going on. And Cardano does offer everybody, if you're into Cardano, it's still $1, roughly about $1, and they have utility. Okay, so yeah. Well, Kraken, if we look at the sheet, they're not doing much for SHIB. I know Ethereum, Vladimir Buterin is talking about buying back SHIB because he's afraid of losing market cap. So when he loses market cap, you got to remember that when we look at the Ethereum, here, I'll share this link. Very important. We always want to keep it on the up and up. Make sure everybody understands. CoinCarp, though, is everything's on the Ethereum blockchain. So if there's transactions taking place on Robinhood, I know, Jason, right? Those transactions happen on Robinhood. Now, because Robinhood is doing it privately, it is not on the Ethereum blockchain anymore. So everything's done privately through them. They're able to do that because they bought so much SHIB. Now they're before you can sell it, they can have a stake in how much they can buy from you. So let's say you had 15 billion SHIB you wanted to sell. They're going to sell it to you at market value. They're going to charge you a small fee to do the transaction, but it never goes back on the Ethereum blockchain. Does that make any sense to anybody? So that means that they're buying it directly from you, and then they're withholding those tokens or that digital SHIB digital currency from everybody, and then they sell it to the next person that wants to buy it. Does it make sense to you? But that's exactly what's going on with Crypto.com, Binance, BlackRock, and Robinhood. OKX, I believe they started doing it because they realized that the value. HTX is probably going to be following suit, and same thing with Gate.io. And this is why Ethereum is so scared, because that's a lot of money that's leaving them. So they're either going to make a deal with the 4 or 5 different exchanges that hold SHIB. Bitflyer doesn't own that much. They own 2.63 trillion tokens. It's not. They need a lot more. Everybody if anyone wants to get involved, if you're hearing this video and you're an exchange, you need to up your game in order to take part, because Robinhood is in the 120 or 130 or 135 trillion SHIB that they're withholding from everybody. And then we have India, which is 35 trillion SHIB that's not being sold or bartered with. So that's locked in. So that means that currency is actually adding value because they're holding it for so long. It's actually adding value to SHIB because you're not able to do any trans. So if you look at the 50-50 raffle part of it and you say, okay, so how much is actually being staked? How much isn't being used or utilized? It's a mountain of SHIB that's not being utilized. And this is why there's a massive divulgence that's happening behind the scenes. Buena, big shout to Buena, big shout to Rowena, big shout to Babe's channel, big shout to Jason Cox. Yes, good to see everybody coming in. Awesome. Prince, if you're coming, Discord, Jonathan, Ryan, big shout out to you. If you're coming in and don't want to say anything or anything, you can buy raffle tickets now. Although we're not getting enough hits on the site, like I said before, when I was starting the raffle, I knew that without an audience, it doesn't mean much. But this is an educational tutorial, so we can't host a raffle tonight. We didn't sell 21,000 tickets. We have to sell 21,000 tickets to obtain a raffle draw. So, and it's pretty hard to gain popularity when you're only getting 5 or 6 hits. Now, does that discourage us? No. Does the price discourage anybody? No. The only thing that should be doing is, if it keeps going down any lower, I can buy more. That's the gist of it. Um, if you're a trader, then you're looking at taking some profits. Remember that if you're trading it, make sure you got another wallet that you're trading it with. Margex offers you wide variety. There's other ones that are offering you better rates, but they're giving you more hedging ability. But the problem is with hedging ability, you can get liquidated in a second. Right? 100% means that you are actually taking, you're 100% positive it's going up, or you're 100% positive it's going down. And if you're wrong, boop, there goes your money. That's how quick trading is. So if you're looking at trading, don't do 100%. 50% is pretty bad too, because you got a 50-50 shot at it. Go bet in the right way or wrong way. You want to keep it between 20 and 40% for the high risk. And then the lower risk is between 5 and 15%. So just under the 20. So the 20 and 40 is high risk. The 5 to 15 is low risk. For those that love trading, I don't recommend anyone trading SHIB. Any reason why, Jason? We don't recommend trading SHIB because it's a reducing and circulating supply every single day, roughly. So anything that reduces its circulating supply and bringing in more people is a win-win situation. And because you're doing it twice as fast, you don't have no idea the amount of catalysts that could be driving to the site, and the catalysts are the people, is us. Everybody that's within SHIB, they're the catalyst. So if they say that SHIB doesn't have a catalyst, it has a massive catalyst. What is the utility? The utility was represented by 2021 of June by Vladimir Buterin when he burned 410. Now he created those 3 wallets to burn SHIB. So a lot of people think that inside the box, of course, think that Vladimir Buterin had something to do with SHIB. And then Elon Musk mentioned SHIB shortly thereafter, and it went through the roof. And if you listen to Alvy, who is an influencer, he believes that there's a correlation there because, first of all, Vladimir Putin burned it in June 2021, and then in July, guess who mentions SHIB? Elon Musk mentions SHIB, and then he mentions Floki, his Shiba Inu dog. So it just, yeah, it went up from there. But it didn't shoot up like a rocket, right? So that's why LV kind of was like, yeah, I'm pretty sure that he's going on a limb saying that Elon Musk and Vladimir joined partnerships to create SHIB, or Shiba Inu token, which was a meme at that time. A meme means what? It has no real utility. It's just used as a popularity um, coin or token, and it's got better tokenomics than a coin, apparently. The difference, just found this out today. The difference between a coin and a token is that you have your own blockchain. So a coin has its own blockchain, like buying Bitcoin. It has its own blockchain. But when Bitcoin first started, it didn't have a blockchain. It was on its own. So I don't know how that all fitted in anyway, but they have their own blockchain now because they were able to mine it. Um, Now, SHIB coin or token doesn't have a blockchain, but it has more utility because it can transfer anywhere in the world at a moment's notice. It doesn't have to go through a blockchain, but it does go through a blockchain because it's on the what Ethereum network blockchain. But again, it doesn't have to if it's being bought out by the exchanges, which is going on right now. This is why that there's a influx that's happening right now behind the scenes with Vladimir Buterin. Okay, because Vladimir Buterin is, I would think, very upset that his number one token that he helped raise awareness for is now being manipulated by exchanges, and those exchanges are buying up enormous amounts of SHIB, and nobody's paying attention to it. Like, if anyone was paying attention to it, the SHIB price would be skyrocketing right now, and it hasn't. So I'm just waiting for the bombshell to drop, where Vladimir Buterin is going to start what? Either he's going to start purchasing it from the exchanges that are purchasing it from him, which is going to drive up even higher demand for SHIB. And they're going to do it behind the scenes, guys. It's not going to be right away. So please keep that in mind. That what you see on the, okay, I'll show you. Where is it? Where you're on the right page because I got you on the right page. And if you watch down below on my disclaimers on my profile, you'll watch. I got videos. I got inserts for you to watch if you want to watch them. If you don't, then that's okay too. But so you can keep up what's going on. Um, but here's a good point because this coin carp is on the Ethereum network. Okay. So it's only those transactions that are on Ethereum that you're able to watch. Anything on Binance that they've purchased is through Binance. It's not on the Ethereum network anymore. So there could be more wallet holders than they're being announced. And because Robinhood is really, really moving the needle on this, it's going to force Binance to buy more. It's going to force OKX if they want to compete. Again, only if you want to compete. But Jason, you know how it is with competition. Once they find out how much money is being spent or raised, everybody wants to take part in it because nobody wants to get left behind. Where are we? 2 seconds. Ooh, we'll go right through this. Okay, so 44 trillion is owned by Binance. 42, this is BlackRock. If anyone's questioning where BlackRock gets it, this is BlackRock. And then this is Robinhood, which is the exact same. Okay, and this is crypto.com. I believe it's crypto.com. It could also be, no, yeah, crypto.com. Crypto.com, 5.781 trillion. On the bottom here, number 12. OKX is at 9761. So I don't think they're competing with Robinhood, though. And Binance is starting to compete with Robinhood, doing the exact same thing Robinhood's doing. So, and they're in the same area, right? Except Binance is not in the United States, but Robinhood is. Because Robinhood only deals with UK and United States, where Binance deals with Europe and Asia. Gate.io, it's a high flyer, but it's not capable, and they're withholding 3 trillion. So if you look at it and go, they haven't spent 3 trillion in 3 years, guys. So 3 trillion is what they're holding on to. And then you have India, okay? 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. That's all India. Now, I'm not sure about 13. I'm thinking that it's still India. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 times 5 is what, guys? 30 trillion tokens. that have not changed hands. Okay, this one has. This one's number 7, so that would be 35 trillion. But this one does trade. That's why I don't think it's India. If it is India, this is the only one that they're trading with in India. I don't think that they would be doing it outside. But this is 28 billion. But you're talking about a country with 1.4 billion people on it. So like that's a massive country. So imagine if they had 10%, 10%, just 10% of the population buying SHIB. Okay, you're talking about a price of roughly around 25 cents. I'm not kidding. And there's no money there. Like you go figure that's where you'd be sitting at SHIB at. Okay. It's one of those things that it could just explode overnight. It's not. I'm not lying. Qcoin is at 1.68 now. The Kraken. Bybit. See, Bybit keeps losing market share too, but they gotta up their game. They got 574 billion and 594 billion in two different wallets. So if they want to compete with Robinhood, they're going to have to up their game big time, and they're going to need to buy at least 10 trillion SHIB just to compete. Just they won't even compete at that point. Qcoin is the only one that has SHIB. The other ones could have it, but it's on a smaller scale. Again, you want to compete with Robinhood and Binance and Crypto.com, you're gonna have to step it up big time. Why do I say that? Well, you're going to need to step it up big time because SHIB, for you to take it and buy it and sell it, you're going to need to buy at least 20 trillion SHIB just to compete with them. So, and when you're competing with 250 other exchanges, you know what the rarity of that is. Okay, so we're going to go into SHIB and give you an idea of just how much money's been traded. $423 million in SHIB was traded today. So you have to ask yourself, if it's $423 million worth of SHIB traded today, and SHIB is reducing its circulating supply, we'll go into that too, because we know we like to be very ostentatious when it comes to getting in here. Just give me a second. I'm trying to open up the burn portal. Well, that is not it. That's the website. SHIBburn.com. It's also on the bottom. Okay, I'll share this link because we always like to keep everything copacetic. Go home. Okay, so 612% increase. 19 hours ago, we burned 100,000. 15 hours ago, we burned 1,000,000, 4,000. 2,718,000 was reduced. 1.510, so 1.5 million was reduced. 878,000 was reduced, and 494 8 hours ago. So, anyone care about that information? Absolutely, you should care about that information. We're getting more now. Interesting to watch now. Right, excellent. Yes, so we're going to go into the Trump and talk about Trump, what he means for cryptocurrency. If Trump's smart, what they'll start to do is they'll start to, and this is Black Buterin, because if he gets wind of it, he's going to be very upset because Morgan Stanley Chase has started to buy, but I don't know what they're buying. It's all behind closed doors. So Black Buterin's got to step it up pretty quick. I would think he would be doing this today or tomorrow, or maybe even over the weekend, talking about what he's going to do about his baby, because he basically invented SHIB, right? And he was given half the supply, which is pretty remarkable, and then he reduced 410 trillion of it, and then he gave the rest of it away. So it's going to be very interesting to see what's going to remain on the same scale of what was going on with Black Buterin. Because if it was me or you, and it was your baby, and you're watching it getting sucked away from you because it's on your blockchain, and you're seeing it getting eaten up by Robinhood. You're seeing it getting eaten up by crypto.com and Binance. You're going to have to do something about that. Now, you can go talk to the exchanges to see if they're going to come in and take part in it, right? See what's going to happen after that, and see what can be transpired. But I'm thinking because it's going to be more like a hostile takeover, it's going to start a bidding war, and it's going to be nasty. It's going to get, yeah, it would be extremely nasty for a bidding war, because what will happen is you're going to have 300 exchanges fighting for that $400 million market cap that SHIB's going through on a daily basis until it starts to pick up. Because what's going to happen is it's going to drive in more demand. But you have a currency that's reducing its circulating supply, and you're driving up demand. And we're going to get into the demand part, because we like to keep things on the up and up. So yeah, so we're at 1,491,801. We were up to 1,491,956 this morning. So what you're seeing right now is more people coming in as the price goes down. Good sign, bad sign? Yeah, it's relative. Yeah, it's very relative to see how people react. Yeah, so we're at what is it? 401967 right now. So I might want to start jumping in here and buying some, because that is phenomenal. You're able to buy it for that. Like, it's almost back to 1800, guys. That's like, and that's where the bounce, if it gets that low, that's usually where it starts to bounce back to 24. Now we have a massive liquidity pool where I know for a fact they're putting in some pretty tough ceilings for SHIB to break out of, from Binance, from Robinhood. But if Leonard Buterin wants it back, if he wants his market share back, he's going to have to do something serious. If he doesn't, then he's going to let it go. But then he loses control of SHIB. So then it gives an opportunity for Solana, um, Matic come in. And Matic, you need that capitalization because it's 423 million, but you have to buy a lot of SHIB. Probably around the one, for them to take any kind of effect, they're going to need to buy at least half the supply. So you if they buy half the supply, the price is going to jump, and for a fact that you're looking at about what 70 trillion SHIB that's not being transferred or moved. So all that just sitting there. So that's off the floor. That's off the market. You can't. That's what I'm trying to say to you. Like, all that's being held. It hasn't been sold. It hasn't been anything. It's being held. When it's being held, that adds value because it's not being traded. So if that's not being traded, what's happening is you're getting this influx of just a small, tiny bit of SHIB that's being traded on a daily basis. So Matic to come in and try and buy up half the supply, that means they're going to be buying a lot of it at a premium price, and it's not going to be anywhere near this price. They're going to think that they can get in, but they're dealing with Binance and crypto.com, and they're dealing with Robinhood and BlackRock, and they're dealing with OKX, and they're sitting on not a lot of SHIB. Nine trillion for KuCoin is not a lot, or OKX is not a lot of coin. But when you're talking about Binance and you're talking about Robinhood, absolutely. BlackRock and Robinhood and Binance and crypto.com, yeah, you're talking like 40%, 43%, and it's on the top 5 wall holders. And they're not selling it. So then you're only dealing with the other portion of it that's being tied in. So looking at about 40%, and you're hoping that people are dumb enough to sell it at this price. That's the gist of it. I don't like to say that, guys. Sorry about using the word. I know we don't like to ever say that word to anybody, but because your out is different from everybody else's out, and yeah, that's the whole gist of it. So that's my stake on it. I don't know about yours. Want to get into discussing, or you want to watch a video? Because I think we have some news from. You just go on here for digital asset stockpile. Oh, here we go. Hold on. We'll share this.
That for us. What do we learn now, Eamon?
Scott, the president has been talking to reporters inside the Oval Office as he's been signing some executive orders over the past couple of minutes. We'll have that tape out here momentarily, but a couple of headlines to bring you as we talk about that. One is that the president talked about interest rates and the Federal Reserve. He has told the reporters that he would consider talking to Jay Powell about interest rates.
Welcome on into another episode.
Okay, so that's somebody else's channel, so we don't want to get tied into that too much. We're going to try and go here. Trying to find where. Ooh, ooh, hold on 2 seconds.
The loonie dipped below 70 cents U.S. This is for the first time since the start of the COVID-19 pandemic.
Well, the dollar.
Are you going to ask the Canadians to hold a vote? What is the strategy?
Yeah, I can't assure you. You're talking about Panama and Greenland. No, I can't assure you on either of those two. But I can say this. We need them for economic security. The Panama Canal was built for our military. I'm not going to commit to that now. It might be that you'll have to do something. Look, the Panama Canal is vital.
Okay, so the Panama Canal is off topic for us. So sorry, won't be able to host anything with that one. just it's just nothing to do with SHIB or cryptocurrency for that matter. And we only cover cryptocurrency. We don't cover the possibilities of what may or may not happen with Trump regarding what he wants to do with the Panama Canal. Okay, what else do we want to talk about? Anybody? Anybody want to say something? Jason, you got anything to say? I know that we talked about Vladimir Buterin and the possibilities of him buying back market share. I'm pretty sure that he is going to start that. When he does, though, it's going to be epic. It hasn't started just yet, as you know. 1966. If he starts, what's going to happen is it's going to be more multiple whale buyings. I'm probably sure it's going to be around $15 to $20 million in transactions, like at one time. Because yeah, he'll want to take back that market share, and then he's going to want to secure his market share on that. So Robinhood, Binance, and them should be aware of what's going on. I don't know how much that they're not taking into it, but that could be a huge benefit to them to take part in that. I don't know how truth that's going to have. Let's go back here and share some more videos, but we're only interested in what is actually taking place. Let's do a search. Toulou. Good job, Jason. Woo!
Successful in 2024, the crypto kingmakers already amassing a new $80 million war chest for the 2026 midterms.
We saw something unprecedented and astounding in American elections. So almost half of all corporate money spent in the last election came from this tiny sector, the cryptocurrency sector. It had a huge impact on specific races. The spending by this industry in the last election cycle absolutely has caught the notice of every politician in Washington, D.C., and many of them are scared.
The warning from Public Citizen is that crypto's ballooning political might is disproportionate to its real-world economic heft. But that's not how Bailey sees things.
There's big corporate lobbyists for energy.
Now, the following years saw more booms and busts. Finally, last year, Bitcoin's most influential investor took center stage. The cryptocurrency rose dramatically in the weeks before the president's victory. But since then, Bitcoin has continued its rise, hitting an all-time high of $100,000 and counting.
Oh, your information is way wrong, and we're cutting you short. As soon as we find out that you don't play by the rules, because if we look at it, BTC's at 103, not 100,000, and it did hit. What was the price, Jason? 107, 498. So 107,000. They're a long way from 100,000. That's 7,000. So they must like losing money talking like that. That's the gist of it. Yeah. Way to go, Jason. Buying at 401972. We don't like to talk about how much you purchased. Like you bought at 1 million. That's awesome, but try and keep that to yourselves. The rule of thumb, Jason, and goes for everybody. Never tell anybody how much you paid for anything. That's how the rich stay rich. Okay, guys. You always say I paid this much for it, but you mean to say that you paid more, right? But you don't say more. You say I just paid over this amount, just to keep it fair. That's it. Well, if you have to say something at all, but you always try, like if someone asks you how much SHIB do you own, you would say I own over 25 million, or I own under 10. That's the whole perspectives. Just so people don't have an understanding of what you own. And the reason for that is you want to keep that money in you, with you. See, when they find out how much money you have, then they start to ask you about certain things that you go, where's this coming from? Because they're trying to get more information out of you, so they can find out what you like to buy, what you like to sell, what is your niche, what is it that you want, and you don't want to be sharing that information with anybody, right? If you like to buy air tools, the last thing you want someone to know is that you like air tools, because all of a sudden, everywhere you look, everywhere you turn, you're getting a magazine on air tools, you're getting books on air tools, you're getting bombarded with air tools. All of a sudden, the mailbox will be full of all. The only thing that'll be in there is air tools, because you told somebody, and then you told them exactly how much money you have, or roughly how much money you have. So then they realize, hey, I can sell him this, and that's the whole point of that. So you want to make sure that you're keeping your money. That's the bottom line. And we're in a raffle draw, and I'm telling you how to save your money, which is awesome, right? But with this raffle is different than any other raffle you've ever been part of in your entire life. We're the only raffle that actually give it back to the community. That's YouTube. That's right. That's right. Yeah. So yeah, if your life is TikTok, People will know that your life is TikTok by how many hours you spend on TikTok. And there's a lot of people that spends a lot of time on TikTok. I went on TikTok again today, and I couldn't believe how many people are alive now. I just couldn't believe it. And I get turned off when I hear people swearing. I don't know about anybody else, but anyone swearing on TikTok is amazing, massive turnoff. Anyone cutting off somebody is just disrespectful. You can live with disrespectful, but what you can't comprehend is why do you need to swear on a public area in TikTok? I mean, this isn't trash talk. This is actually talking that's supposed to be professional because you're in the public eye. So anyone that trashes somebody or says something that's bad towards somebody just comes across as just mean and deliberate. Um, I just, yeah, as soon as I hear swearing, and it could be polite, yeah, go SHIB, go, woo, babes channel. Thank you so much. Yeah, so that part of it is fine, right? Just that's my opinion. One of these days, $1. We have no idea. I don't have TikTok. Awesome, Jason. Yeah. No, I have TikTok. I got was it Blue Skies? And that's all Democrats. So if anyone wants to hear some really good talk on Blue Sky, because it's better, it's opposite of X. I think all the Democrats left X and went straight to Blue Sky because everybody talking about dumping on Trump on Blue Sky. I couldn't believe it. I go, even get a load of this. Anyone out there that's a Star Wars fan? Anyone a Star Wars fan? You know Mark Hamill, Luke Skywalker. He comes on and talks about, and I don't get it because doesn't he live in Malibu? Like I thought he had a house in Malibu. I thought Mark Hamill had a house in Malibu. Yeah, there was the first for the first movie. Yeah, yeah. So I'm not sure where he's living now, but I'm pretty sure that the Democrats are pretty sour about Newt Gingrich, right? Not Newt Gingrich. What the Newsom? What does Trump like to call him? Newsom? A Newsom? A Newsom? Well, that brought a tear to your eye. Hey, Jason. After the movie, my dad said, "I am your father." That's awesome. That's after Empire Strikes Back. That's after the first one. No! All the kids, right? Oh, no! Yeah, that's very good. Very good. We're almost as bad as Elf, right? Anyone remember Elf? Hide your cats. So why did you leave your planet? Oh, I was forced out. But what? Well, we nuked our planet. So you eat your cats and you have this constant nagging ability to fight everybody. Yeah. Wonder where that comes from. Just human nature, right? Just our nature, just period. Everybody likes to fight each other over silliness. Yeah, so getting away from the SHIB environment, there wasn't a lot of news today, unfortunately. Sorry about that, guys. It's just not a lot of information on SHIB today. There is, um, it's a light volume day. If that makes any difference, I know that I'm looking at buying more, only because the price is ridiculously low, like 1965 right now. Health. ALF. You remember that show? God, that was a funny show. That was almost as bad as what was the other show that was really good? Three's Company, and then Three's a Crowd with what's his name? Riddle. John Ritter. Thank you. And then what was it? Hearts on Fire, that didn't last very long either. And I thought that was going to be a good show because it had what's her name in it from Night Court, the hot blonde that Dave LeCarriette was always hitting on and trying to put her in her place. Remember the yams? Everybody got sick on the yams and the roller girls in Night Court. And they gave Dan. They said that they're looking for somebody with groping hands because he kept touching the cheerleaders. So they put this cover on them, and then anyone in a black light, anyone who has got like red hands was guilty. Ended up being Dave LeCarriette was had red hands. It was all over the place. It was all over the girls' dresses. It was all it was everywhere. It's like, oh wow, yep, that's Dave. Yeah, that was funny. That was good times, right, guys? Good times. What else can we talk about? Oh, we can do the count. Want to do the count? Let's do the count. Do the count. For those that missed the count before, we'll give you an update on what's going on with the markets, which is very little to nothing at all. Okay, so BTC is $103,428 for Bitcoin. Ethereum ETH $3,310, which is up, by the way. It was at 3,100 just 2 days ago, so it is up. Okay, XRP $3.07. This was trading at $2.94 2 days ago, so it is up. It is down on the week though. Okay, so just to bear with you. We don't cover stable coins. Any reason why we don't cover stable coins? Because they're roughly exact same at the exact same time. And for those that want to move money around, once you figure that SHIB or any of the cryptocurrencies are going to start taking a dive, put your money into the stable coins. It protects your wealth and it protects you from having capital gains, so you don't have to pay taxes. All that money is sitting in a stable coin. But stable coins are not 100%, okay, on your return, just so that you're aware. And the only time you make money on stable coins is if you stake it. That's why they prefer you to stake it on the stable coins. Solana, SOL, $250.36. I'm not sure where that was 2 days ago. BNB. So BNB is a Bitcoin, what is it? Secondary note. BNB, 682.95. Dogecoin is at 34 cents. Cardano is at 97 cents. Tron TRX at 25.16. See, they're all waiting for Trump to make an announcement into the cryptocurrency to set fire to the cryptocurrencies all over the world. So that's what everybody's waiting for. So Tron, 25 cents. Avalanche AVAX, $34.86. Stellar XLM is 42 cents. SUI, $4.19. Ton, $5.06. HBAR, 31 cents, 32 cents. And then our darling is at 17, and it's at 1973. Extremely undervalued. Not my opinion, it is a fact. DOT, $6.26, and this one is undervalued too. Leo, $9.65. Litecoin, LTC, 114.16. BitGet token, $7.16. This is also an exchange. BGB. Bitcash, BCH, 429.13. Uniswap, UNI, number 23, $12.61. Hype, HYPE, or Hyperliquid, is 21.72. Official Trump coin is down again, 32.41. I strongly suggest people short it. It's everybody's saying that it's a Trump coin, but it's not. Trump didn't develop it. It came from people that is associated with Trump. Again, we're not sure who. If it was Trump that came out with the coin, it's a conflict of interest. He would have to step down as the president of the United States, and I don't see him ever doing that because it's unethical for one. Then there'd be it's criminal intent, and he would have to forfeit his chair. And there would be no way, because once you sign that you're holding up your hand, you're swearing on the Bible that hold the duties and officials for the people, by the people. You are not for the people and by the people if you own companies or organizations that you're profiting from by being in office. This would be a massive, massive, massive deliberation against what your oath that you just took, right? So there's no way that it was from him. From his family, maybe, from his sons or his grandsons, they could have done it. I don't know. Pepe, 401481. And do we support tokens that are competing with SHIB? Absolutely not. But like Deutsche can't really compete with SHIB either. Deutsche doesn't have the utility or the catalyst. It does have catalyst, but it doesn't have the catalyst from our perspective. And the reason for that is because when you reduce the circulating supply, you're adding value. Every time you bring in more new people, you're adding value. So it's a win-win situation. It's very rare. It never really happens. That's why a lot of people are on the fence about SHIB, because they're so scared that this stuff does not exist. Okay, and the possibilities are literally endless, and that's why a lot of people, if they're going to put money into it, that would we say, Jason, use it like a lottery. Only put in what you would spend on a lottery. So if you spend $25 to $30 a week on a lottery, that's what you spend in SHIB, $20 to $30 a week in a lottery. If you spend $20 to $30 a month on the lottery, then you spend $20 to $30 a month on SHIB. If you spend $10 a month on lottery, you're going to do it's going to be the exact same idea. You're only going to spend $10 to $12 a month on the lottery, or even 8 or 5 or 6. It's all up to you. Now, if you want to hold that money and let it build so that you can buy at least 1 million SHIB, you're going to have to wait till it gets to $20, roughly. Okay, just so that everybody's clear on what SHIB is compared to what Doge is, or Pepe, or Bonk, or any of the other meme coins, men with hats. Was it dog with hats? Near $4.88. AAVE 329.71. APT, don't start drinking. I know the song appetite. $8.12. Internet computing, $9.04. Ethernet Classic, ETC, number 33, 2788. Ondo, $1.31, number 34. And MNT was 39, now it's 35. MNT is $1.19. XMR, 214.46. VET is 4 cents, almost 5 cents. Polygon is number 38 at 43.25. This coin is ready for a pop, I think, only because it has not moved and it's part of the Solana ordeal. Crow, and this is a coin. Polygon is a coin. It's also got a blockchain, so that's why it's That's why it's a coin. It's not a token. Kronos is 13 cents 69. And number 40 is Render, $6.84. And that is our count. Thank you. That's our count for today. Okay, I've been on since when? And we had 12 people come in, and then we're down to half the remaining. So we like to share all the information that we can with every single person out there. We want everybody to focus in on SHIB because it is reducing its circulating supply and the educational behind it. That's what the 50/50 raffle educational platform is all about. That's what the website's all about. So if you go on rules and conditions, you'll find that information out. There's a lot of pages to cover. Yes, there is. There's a lot of information out there. Hopefully it's legit that you can put through your mind and understand what it means. If you can't, make sure that you leave a comment. We'll get back to you as soon as we can within a very short period of time, within hours. Sometimes it takes, almost a day, depending on where you are in the world. Yeah, so if you're watching it, please go to the website. It's SHIB Worldwide, SHIB5050raffle.com. It's in the description. Make sure you check out the description, guys, girls, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure you check that out. We're going to leave you with the positive note, and yeah, we're just waiting for Vladimir Buterin to make his announcement. There's a few things we're waiting for, right? We're waiting for Donald Trump to make his announcement with cryptocurrencies to see where we're going to fit in. A lot of speculation right now into it, but that's why no one wants to say anything. I was hoping that there'd be some news out there about the cryptocurrency, about Bitcoin, about him keeping his promise with buying $5 million or 5 million Bitcoin. That's a lot of money from the U.S. Congress. I can't see them getting that passed. Now, that being said, I wonder if they would pass a bill for them to take on SHIB as their currency, because it would only cost them roughly about $30 billion to buy it. But if you're not getting people selling it, you can't obtain all of it. And they're going to need to obtain majority of it, like a lot of it, to offset the amount of. Can you imagine, Jason? U.S. right now is over $7.5 trillion beyond it being in the hole. So you can make all the cuts you want for spending, but unless you're making trillions of dollars in cuts, you're not doing anything to that interest rate hike that is going up all the time. Can you imagine in 2 days you have $100 million in debt in 2 days because of the interest rate? And SHIB is the only animal out there that can bail you out. And this is for every currency out there. If you want to get bailed out, you need to get SHIB. And the fact that you haven't gotten SHIB in 3 years is baffling, because I've been watching it for 3 years. 3 years now? Almost 3 years now. I've been covering it. And it has not once fluttered where you don't see an influx of new currency. It's all, once it goes to the dead end wallets, it's gone forever. It's finished. So like, either they're not paying attention or they don't understand it. And there could be a lot of ignorance. Then that's not seeing it. I don't want to see it, right? Because it just doesn't make any sense to me. Well, that's accountants for you. They see it, but they don't want to believe it. They read about it, and they look at it, and it's gone down since the last time they saw it. They just can't wrap their head around it, and that's a sad reality, guys. I don't know how they can't not see it when you get shown it all the time, and it's like it's in plain sight. It's not like it's hiding; it's in plain sight. So, when is it going to take off? That's a good question, Jason, and it's a good question, Prince. But SHIB should definitely be on everybody's radar because we don't have any idea. It's going to be the next 24 to 48 hours. I thought it would be today. I thought Vladimir was going to have to make a decision today, but remember that that's a European thing, so He's got to talk to his people. It's going to take some time. But yeah, it's either going to happen tomorrow or it's going to be over the weekend. Hopefully Sunday. Sunday would be a great one because everybody's going to be selling off on Sunday. And then what we're going to have is this influx. So what happens is it's going to drop down, and then Vladimir Putin makes a statement, and it's going to go through the roof, right? So that everybody who's trading it gets wiped out. That would be cynical, right? Because that would be awesome. And then, just like it did before, SHIB would get recognized as the only coin that started the rally. Well, except for BTC, because Bitcoin went from what 16,000 to 100,000 in what just over a year. Like that's insane. That's insane. That's 5 times your money, almost 6 times your money in just over a year. That yeah, that's awesome. SHIB is going to like once it takes off. I don't think it's going to hit the ground. I think it's. I think you're going to get some like green candles, and they're going to come down, and get another green candle, come down, and then it's going to spike up. With the raffle, like we talked about this before, with the raffle, it will happen a lot faster. Selling the tickets instantly burns SHIB. Like as soon as you buy a ticket, half the supply is gone, just like that, because there's no refunds on those tickets. So once those tickets are sold, they're geared up to be reduce the circulating supply of SHIB instantly. So that's a good positive sign. Other sign that's positive is everybody gets to take part in the raffle that buys a ticket, and they're taking part into the whole world community of SHIB as they're watching it being reduced and adding new wallet holders. Massive whales, right? Because think about it, right? 1 million pounds worth of SHIB. That's a massive amount, especially at this level. Like that's a massive amount of SHIB that's tied up for a little period of time, or they're going to start trading it, which I don't think that they would. I don't know. If you got 1 million pounds of SHIB, no, million pounds, yeah, 1 million pounds worth of SHIB, would you sell it right away? Right? That's what you have to ask yourself. If I won it, what would I do with it? If it went to 4 million ticket sales, or 8 million, I got 2 winners, or 12 million, or 16 million, or 20 or 24 million tickets sold. If you're one of the winners, what would you do with that amount of SHIB, right? And you're talking like $56 billion worth of SHIB, or at this level, it's around 72 billion SHIB that you would be getting in your wallet. And then what would you do with it? Would you hold it? Would you take some profit? Of course, you take some profit. But tomorrow there's another raffle, right? Yeah, that's the trick, right? And are you going to sell 21,000 SHIB again to host that raffle? That's the thing. You have to think like you got to think clearly, right? Because the higher that it reduces, or the rate that it reduces, the more money it's worth. And you can actually see it grow like every day. You'd be like, wow, should I sell today or do I hold off? Majority of you guys, if you win and it's that high, it's 7-day period before you can trade it. So at least it'll give you 7 days to think about it. If it's not that high, let's say it's we sell 70,000. Okay, you're going to get it right away. Like within minutes, it's going to be in your account. Like 1 to 2 minutes. That's how fast it's going to be in your account. Robinhood, or what's it, Solana? Solana's got a new contract out that says it can be in your account within 20 seconds. So that's not bad compared to, well, I mean, come on, 2 minutes is like going to kill you. Either, right? So yeah, if it's that low, you're going to get it right away, and then you're able to at least see it in your account, and you should be able to move it instantly and be able to sell it and get it into a fiat currency, do whatever you want with it. Anyway, I'm Will, your host. Thank you so much for coming. Big shout out to Wenna. Big shout out to Jason Cox. Big shout out to Babe's channel. Big shout out to Prince. Big shout out to Ryan, wherever you are, Jonathan, um, Jason M, Ethan M, Dong, her family, Casey, Tintin, Kate. Big shout out to you. Big shout out to uh, Leah, Gabriel. Big shout out to Emma. Big shout out to Trisha, Novi, Athena. Big shout out to you. Take good care, everybody. This was your Thursday night brawl or comeback. I got shorts if anyone wants to watch them. I got one on Back to the Future, which is pretty cool. It's Marty and Doc final reunion after how many years? 40 years? 20, 30 years. 30 years. So that's awesome, guys. Thanks so much for having me and being your host, Will. Sorry that I'm late getting that out, but I got down. We will rock you. we intend to rock you out. So peace out, everybody. Have a great and wonderful evening. God bless you. Jesus loves each and every one of you. This is your SHIB community. Thanks for coming. We want to take part, be part, and take action. Big shout out to you. Massive applause to you. Thank you for allowing me to bring you this presentation to help benefit each and every one of you as we watch ourselves grow in wealth and prosperity. Thank you so much. Live long and prosper, everybody. Cheers. Have a great, wonderful evening. And we're going to rock you out. Rock the house. Thanks for coming. Don't forget to hit your like button, subscribe, comment if you have any comments. If you don't, just comment anyway. Well, the thumbs up in the comment section, thumbs down. Hey, give us anything. You think that we're full of crap? Tell us about it. A lot of people don't understand what catalyst means. They don't understand what utility means. But utility SHIB has massive utility. Reducing the circulating supply is massive utility. Okay? And it's not every month or every other day. It's pretty much every single day that we're reducing the supply SHIB. I want you to remember that too when you're seeing a lot of holders that have not sold a single SHIB on CoinCarp. Okay? And I want you to remember that they're being bought out because they want to make sure that they're the ones making all the money rather than Ethereum. That's what's going to start the war in crypto. And let's SHIB anyway. Thank you and good night. God bless. Take care. Have a great night. Peace.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please? The show starts in 10, 9, 8, 7, 6,